Welcome back to another episode of TPC. Let's do the college football week 10 predictions for this week. Nothing too crazy if I had to say for these games. It's a very if I had to say I think if I had to say mid schedule ahead of us, if anything. No too crazy games. I mean, Friday games for today. I mean, Memphis versus Rice at Rice. Memphis should win this game unless they choke again. If they choke again, I'm going to lose my mind after getting the win over University of South Florida with the game-winning touchdown. So we'll see that. Syracuse versus North Carolina. Nothing too crazy in that game. I mean, it's like Bill Belichick. The errors has been terrible. They almost beat, I believe, Virginia last week. But I don't know. Yesterday, I mean, there was a crazy game. UTSA versus Tulane. Tulane was 6-0 or 6-1, and they lost against UTSA on the road in a blowout. It was kind of crazy. I don't know how they lost that. It was impressive by Owen McCown and those boys, but kind of shocking with that. I mean, it hurts Tulane's chances of making the American championship pretty much. But enough of those other games for the Halloween and all that. Let's go to the Saturday morning games pretty much. Ohio State versus Penn State. Ohio State's been dominating. Ohio State's been dominating everyone, literally running the conference. It is shocking what they're doing this year, and they're looking like the true number one team. We'll see when they go into Michigan in the coming weeks, but overall it's been just a shocking factor by them. And I think they're just going to blow up Penn State. I think Penn State this year's done after firing James Franklin and losing Drew Aller. It's just not looking good, and I think Ohio State's going to blow them out, especially at home. This game was literally going to be intense because in preseason rankings, they were the number 3 team, and Penn State was the number 2 team. This was oh my god, this week's going to be crazy, but then now it's nothing. Give me Ohio. SMU versus, I'm going to save that game, never mind. Houston versus West Virginia. I think Houston should win this game. Finally getting ranked in the top 25, getting the win over Arizona State last week. Very impressive by them. And I'm really proud about the Cougars. I mean, under Connor Wingman has been very impressive this year from Texas A&M. Has been very consistent, and I'm proud about this team. I think the Cougars are going to stay consistent with this. I mean, their schedule, dude. I mean, it's not crazy because if you getting the win over them, and their only loss being Texas Tech, you look at this because they got West Virginia this week. I think they should win. They got University of South Florida, Central Florida, and they're out there. I think they should get the win, and they got TCU and get Baylor. I think they can finish a year with only 1 loss or 2 losses, and they'll be playing for the Big 12 championship maybe, if they do it right. If they just need some help, but we'll see where it goes. I mean, there's still a long season ahead because you still got BYU undefeated, and you got Texas Tech, of course. It's still a long season. So their only hope, if anything, is that BYU loses a game maybe, or Texas Tech loses another game, and they just finish the year with only 1 loss. They can do it if they stay consistent. I think Houston could make a run if they just stay healthy and then they keep it going with this. So that's my pick. I think Houston should get this win over West Virginia. Illinois versus Rutgers. Illinois, Clemson. I mean, it's just I don't even know. I think Duke can honestly win this game. Baylor versus Central Florida. Baylor should win that game. North Texas versus Navy. Very underrated game. Very underrated game. Undefeated Navy versus only 1 loss UNT. This should have been College Game Day, in my opinion, because both these teams are really competitive, and it should be College Game Day. If it's, I just still makes no sense why College Game Day is not going to any other schools. It has to be SEC or Big Ten. Not even a Big 12 yet. It is very disappointed by the College Game Day right now, and I'm really upset with them. It is very disappointing what they're doing this year. They better make a change next year. If they don't, I think fans are kind of upset right now. I agree with it. They should have went to South Dakota and North Dakota game last week. They didn't go, so it's kind of disappointing in that factor. But that game's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna take North Texas game. I think Drew Melster has been really good, and the quarterback play right there, and their offense is really consistent. I know they got blown out by Baron Brown and those guys, but the thing is, UNC does have a defense. Navy's good. It's kind of shocking how Navy went from we remember that as the wing T offense, but you look at their team led by their quarterback. I forgot the quarterback's name. Blake Harlemath. I mean, they're still a running team, of course. I mean, this guy's 814 yards. My bad. 12 touchdowns. Oh, never mind. I forget never mind. They're not a passing team. I haven't paid attention to them that much this year. But, I mean, he's the leading rusher, passing guy. Overall solid play by him. He's been one of the best quarterbacks for their program. This team depends on him, pretty much, what I'm seeing from Navy. If they do pull out this win, Navy's undefeated, and I think they could make a chance to the American Championship, pretty much. If they do that, I think they could win it. Because we saw last year Army won it. Maybe the other, military school can do it. maybe they could do it. Maybe Navy can do it this year. We'll see. But if I had to say, I'm going to take North Texas at home. I think North Texas should win. Their favorite 6.5, and I'm going to take them. Iowa State versus Arizona State. Arizona took a loss last week to Houston, of course. I just they're so inconsistent, dude. It's so inconsistent. Iowa State's too. It's both of them are very inconsistent. It's a rematch from that Big 12 championship last year tour, of course, though. But no, they don't have Cam Scatterbo anymore. And Iowa State's favored in this game by 7.5. I'm going to take Arizona State in this game. I'm just disappointed with both these teams. They're very disappointing this year, heading this year. Both these teams were ranked and they're preseason favorites, things, and they just haven't been good. So I think Arizona State should win this game. I think they'll bounce back, of course, try to build momentum. I don't think their Big 12 championship aspirations is done pretty much. But yeah, give me Arizona State in this game. Let me talk about my two hot games right here. SMU versus Miami. SMU is beating Miami. Their first road game. Miami just took a loss to Louisville. Was it last week? I'm trying to remember. Was it last week? No, 2 weeks ago. Okay, at home. They beat Stanford. All right, at home. This is their first road game that is not in Florida, pretty much. They're going into Texas. They're going into SMU. Going into Dallas. I think Kevin Jennings and those boys are going to shock the world, beat the number 10 team in the country, and they're going to do it. I think Carson Beck has another terrible game, and I think Kevin Jennings is going to outshow him. Kevin Jennings is his team. He's been solid this year by his effort this year. Overall, let me see his stats this year, pretty much. I mean, Miami's favorite, of course. If Miami's favorite by 10.5, it just know they're going to win this game. Kevin Jennings, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 2,000 yards this year. T.J. Hart has been really good. Barson's been really good. T.J. Webb has been really good. And Isaiah, their safety, Naboko, he's been really good. He's a safety that's very, he's the defensive leader, if I had to say, for this team. I think they're going to do it. I think they're undefeated since joining the SEC last year. They're going to make it back to the SEC championship. I think they will. They've been running this conference so far, and they're going to show who's boss, and Miami's going to fall off, and they're going to choke how they always be choking. They choke every time. It's the same old Miami. They choke. They choke. And I think they're going to choke again. It's just the same thing. This coach has been terrible. I don't know why. He just can't finish the year, or they start red hot. I think they choke again. That's my prediction for this game. I know Malachi Tony's been really good, and Carson Beck, after that one bad game of his 3 interceptions, I'm still going to take these boys, Kevin Jennings and those guys. The game that I'm going to be going to the tailgate. I'm going to be trying to go in the game, of course, but I'm going to be going to the Texas versus Vandy game. I'm going to take Vandy in this game. I think Diego and the boys are going to shock the world. I mean, they're the higher-ranked team, of course. Number 10 in the country, I believe, or number 10? Yeah, number 9, my bad, versus the number 20 team. Texas shouldn't even be ranked, in my opinion, or they should be in the top. They should be 25 after the game against Mississippi State, playing down to their opponents on the road, back-to-back games, almost losing to them, going to overtime for both games. It's pathetic how this game's been. I mean, they came back roaring comeback pretty much. It was 31-14, if I'm correct, or 17. I don't even know. They came back. They did it good. I mean, Archman had a solid game. He looked really good in that game against Mississippi on the road. That's just overall Mississippi State just not looking good. Just choking. They almost had it, but terrible. But Vandy's different. If you can't stop Diego, you're going to lose. I know they played a quarterback like this earlier against John Mateer. I know that. They're kind of similar, but I think Diego's better. I think the run game's better. And I think I trust their weapons better, too. I know the OU has better weapons, but I just trust the run game. I think the run game for Alexander and Diego has been really solid. And then their other running back they have up front, I forget his name, AK, I believe, is his nickname. He's solid. This team, both these guys, those 3 in the backfield have been really consistent in leading the team to wins. Their only loss is against Alabama on the road. And it's going to be a tough environment. This is going to test if Vandy's real. If Vandy's the real team to make it to the SEC championship. And they could. They just need some help, of course. I mean, you got A&M undefeated, and you got Alabama. Their one loss, and that's to you. Not to you, but that's your only loss is to Alabama. You just need them to lose 2 games, at least, because their only loss is a non-conference game. So, yeah. Texas, though, I just think Vandy's going to do it. I think they're going to upset it. I know a lot of people are going to hate on me, but I think Vandy's going to do it. So give me Vandy and Diego, those boys, going to upset Texas. I just don't believe in Texas. I think Texas is just so fraud. I know their favorite 3.5 and it's at home. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to be wearing I don't even know what I'm going to be wearing at the game, honestly. Give me a Vandy shirt, maybe. I don't even know. Let's go to the 2 o'clock games now. Virginia Tech versus Louisville. Very interesting game right here. I know Louisville is ranked number 16 right now, and they're trying to get in that playoff chance right now for make the top 12. They're favorite 10.5. I think this could be a trap game for them. Virginia Tech is very inconsistent for high scoring offense with drones. I think I'm gonna take Louisville in this game though. I think they're going to win though. Florida versus Georgia, rival game right here. I think Georgia should win this game, but Georgia's only favorite 7.5 at the neutral site at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. DJ Lago and those boys are just very inconsistent. I don't know. They did fire their coach a couple weeks ago. I think Georgia's the better team. They have better weapons. They won the hottest offense this year, and I'm really proud about this Georgia team. I mean, they kind of flipped. The defense is very inconsistent this year. I think they're letting a lot of points, but I think Georgia and those boys are going to figure it out. I think they'll be dominating this game. Notre Dame versus Boston College. Notre Dame. Texas Tech versus K-State. Very underrated game, especially at K-State. Maybe they could upset them. I think I'm going to take Texas Tech in this game. They did lose Will Hammond due to the end of the year. I don't know if Morton is coming back this game. We'll see, but if Morton's not playing this game, if they don't even got a quarterback as random, give me K-State in this game. But I don't know too much about the quarterback situation right now for them. Let me also just check this injury report them. Can I see this? Because I want to know if he's playing. If Morton is playing or not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think Morton is playing this game. I mean, I think he's just been hurt for a little bit, and they've just been riding with Will Hammond. Sucks that Will Hammond is out for the rest of the year with I don't know his injury, but it's just a bad injury. So we'll see where that goes. But give me Texas Tech in this game if Morton is playing at the quarterback position. Let me talk about my game that I really like that's very underrated. I know Indiana blew the crap out of Nico and those boys. Very, very kind of sad with that. It was a straight blowout. But Maryland is at Maryland. Malik Washington's been really consistent, really good at quarterback position. He's been good, decent. But I think Indiana should win this. They're proving why they're finishing the year undefeated. I think this game is their last competitive game, and I think they'll finish the year undefeated. So give me Indiana in this game. Fernando, those boys, Cooper, Surratt, and Serenati, of course, the coach has been really good, and this defense has been really solid also. I think this Indiana team is for real. They'll finish the year ranked number 2. If they can stay consistent, they just got to win the Big Ten, of course. But give me those boys in them, guys, honestly. Cal versus Virginia, very underrated game. I think I'm going to take Cal in the subset. Virginia almost lost to UNC last week. I think Cal can do it. I think this freshman quarterback, and I don't know his name, but I just know he's been really good and being competitive. I think I'm going to take Cal in those boys. Arkansas versus Mississippi State. Give me Arkansas. I think Arkansas's offenses were better than Mississippi State's. Ole Miss versus South Carolina. You know South Carolina should have won last week against Alabama, but they just choked in bad fashion. Lenore Sellers had a solid game. It's just bad defense, if anything. They tried their best. They did. But give me Ole Miss in this game. I think Teron and Chambliss had a really good game against OU, especially on the road, by his effort. And the defense was really good also last week. Only letting 2 big plays kind of determined the game for them, keeping them alive. But overall, solid game by them. And also locking down John Mateer was a big factor. And that you saw what the OU is without, it's just John Mateer offense pretty much. But I think Ole Miss is going to stay, and I think they're going to win this game. Michigan versus Purdue. Give me Michigan. Georgia Tech versus NC State. This could be a very high-scoring game. You know, Bailey's been really good for NC State. Very underrated. I'm, of course, going to take Georgia Tech in this game. I think Hans Canes is that guy, but it's going to be a very underrated game. Very shootout-like, if anything. So, give me Georgia Tech in this game, though. USC versus Nebraska at the Cornhuskers. USC's favorite in this game, 4.5. I'm taking the Cornhuskers. I think Dylan Royale and those boys are going to win at home, make a big statement, and they're going to try their best to get back in the top 25, of course, after losing a game against Minnesota. Dropped them out of the top 25, and then did they lose? After that, no, they did beat Northwestern, but they have a good offense. It just depends on the night with Dylan Royale and how they look overall. I mean, the run game's been really consistent, a little inconsistent a little bit, but I'm really proud about this. I mean, Emmett's been really good, and Hunter, overall solid team. It's just they got to build. They're a young team, of course. They're a young Big Ten team, I've had to say. So yeah, in USC, I mean, Jaden Melville's been really good, and then of course you have Lemon and you have Lane. Those pass catchers are really good for them, and the defense is very it's decent but not too good. You know what I mean? But they're ranked number 23, and they had a bye week last week, and they got into the top 25 again. So it's very interesting how that worked. But I think Nebraska and those boys are going to beat them, and I think they're going to try their best to enter the top 25. Auburn versus Kentucky. Auburn just fell apart, dude. They just fell apart. Jackson Arnold got benched last week, and it's just bad football. I think Auburn should win this game comfortably fashion. So yeah, Florida State versus Wake Forest. Giving Florida State, of course. Let me talk about the game of the week. This is the the college game day with the week. Tennessee versus OU. At the Vols, I think Tennessee's just going to blow the crap out of this team. I think OU, I just don't believe in OU anymore. This team depends on John Mateers so much, and John Mateers has been so inconsistent this year. And since his injury and since his surgery, it's been really inconsistent. I mean, Joey's been also very inconsistent with his play, but you look at his games, it's been high scoring. Every single time they've been high scoring games. They blew the crap out of Kentucky. Against Alabama, they could have won. They could have had a chance, but they threw that pick six, of course, 20-6, making 26 at halftime. They tried their best to come back, but just Alabama on the home. It's just tough. Arkansas, high-scoring game. Mississippi State, high-scoring game. Their defense has been very terrible this year, but the offense has been really good with Joey. I do trust Joey keeping it up, of course, but we'll see what it goes in this game. I will take Joey Alger over John Mateer in this game. I don't believe in John Mateer's ability. To win on the road also, and you can't even win on home against Ole Miss, yeah, give me Tennessee and those boys. And also Chris Brazil has been really one of the best receivers in the country also. And with that help of, I believe, the other receivers, Staley and Mike Matthews, but those trio have been really good with helping Joey to be, his first year at Tennessee. I don't think he's a senior. I do think he's a senior this year, so I think he's leaving this year or maybe next year. I don't know the correlations with that, but give me Tennessee in this game. I don't believe in OU. I think OU's playoffs hopes are officially done, and Tennessee's going to keep their playoffs hope alive still. It's going to be interesting though. 6-2 versus 6-2. So yeah. And let's talk about Utah versus Cincinnati at Utah. Cincinnati's ranked number 17. They didn't win over Baylor last week, blowout fashion. But Utah, their only two losses against Tech and BYU, the two best teams in the conference. I gotta say that. Since he's trying to make a name for themselves. At Utah at night. Even the Utes. Even the Utes in this game. I do think Devin Draper and that defense has been really consistent with Barton on the side, and I think I'm going to cake them. I think Utah's going to get this win over them. And since he's really good, don't get me wrong, Mosby's been really good at the quarterback position for them. But I just think Utah's better overall. They're favored in this game by 10.5, of course. That's a big. Take the over. Don't even do that. Wow, that's disrespectful. Ooh, that's disrespectful. Big time. If anything. So, Strasby. My bad, Strasby. My bad. I'm going to say Mosby. But I think Draper's been really consistent for this team. And then you have Dale and Hall. And overall, this team is decent. I just don't know. I just don't see anything going with them. I just really don't see it going. But I think Utah and these guys figure it out, and I think they get the win at home. But overall, not the craziest week of college football, I have to say that. Definitely going to see some big changes with the Tennessee game and the Vandy game, of course, in Texas. Great matches for that. So, overall, great week of college football, maybe midweek. But thank you for joining for this episode of TPC, and like and subscribe, and get ready for an NFL video soon.